So we'll get started with a little morning meditation, looking at compassion and how we can lead with compassion as a way of finding grace. And it's grace as the meaning of grace, and also as a way to interact with others. So if you feel comfortable, maybe you close your eyes. If closing your eyes isn't available, you can look down and have a steady gaze. As we start to focus on the breath, hearing the sound of the breath, and tuning into the sounds around. Noticing how sound is vibration. And then see if it's available to make the breath a little bit more equal. That might be inhaling for a count to three and exhaling for a count to three. Finding the slow rhythm of the breath. Then let your mind focus on the word grace. What images, associations does grace bring up for you? Then focus on the word compassion. Recognizing how you're a compassionate person. Allowing the mind to remember a time that you were truly compassionate. Let that memory of compassion arise and bring in your senses to have a full picture of you being compassionate. Notice what it feels like to be aware of compassion. How does compassion sit in your body? Let the memory of compassion fade and hold on to this feeling of being compassionate, being loving, being available for others. And we'll focus on a more frustrating time, like waiting at a red light when you're in a rush, or having to stand in line at a grocery store. One of those easily frustratable moments. And notice how that settles into the body. We'll shift the attention back to grace and compassion. And imagine yourself in that frustration place, but this time leading with compassion. Can you feel the warmth and the joy of taking pause? Of being in control so that you can lead. We have the choice of how to respond. And let all memories fade. Let all thoughts fade. Resting in pure compassion. And remembering the truth of it all, that we are perfect no matter what. And I'll leave us with some thoughts from Joan Halifax. to remind ourselves that we can interact with others with grace, to slow down and see our compassion despite any stressful situation. We can gather our attention to breathe and notice ourselves where we're at. A sense of grounding. To recall the intention, remembering what serves us, what service is about. And that you have chosen to be there to support others. To attune and check in with yourself, noticing what's going on in the body and the mind. To be there in open space in which you're present for everything. To consider what's going on by observing the present moment and letting insights arise. What are you sensing, seeing, and learning? Will it really serve you? Opening yourself to all your knowledge and experience. Seeing things in a fresh new way. And then engage so that you can act, letting the compassionate action emerge from a sense of openness, connection, and discernment. And then let it go. Let there be an end so that you're ready to move on and not linger on it. I can use grace to help me guide any situation to find a solution. I can use compassion. I can be a support of others. And then when you're ready, let's bring our hands together, make some friction with the hands to generate some heat. Maybe cupping your eyes, maybe massaging the head with your fingers. When you're ready to open your eyes, to experience the world through the lens of compassion and grace. Thanks so much today.